Another week is here, all thanks to God. So welcome to Ahili's talk show. Vivid View.
Say and do it.
You must be able to trust your own mind. Say something, somebody.
My name is Ogenesunwe Mebradu. You must be able to trust your own mind. What I understand by this is that you must believe in yourself and you must have self-confidence.
My name is Fabi Olainka. You must be able to trust your own mind. For me, it means you should always trust your gut feelings because they are always right.
Thank you so much for your intelligent answer to this. You must be able to trust your own mind. It means self-confidence, believing yourself as somebody has said, and also do away with inferiority complex. You must settle things in your mind. This is right thing to do. Yes. If you don't trust yourself, who else will you trust? You know, sometimes people don't even trust themselves. I don't think I can do this, so just do this. I know, I don't think I can. No, I cannot go there. It's no go area. I don't think I can do that. Without even giving a try. That's some person did not believe, did not trust his mind. So you must have that self-confidence. If you don't really stand strong on your own, who else now will I trust you? You want to venture into anything, you must settle that in your mind. Yes, I can do this. You trust your mind. Is it in a relationship? Yes, you must settle, yes, this relationship is going to work. Is it in office? Yes, I know I can handle this position. I can do it. You will not testing it. Trust your mind that you can do something, but something positive, not something negative. Take risk because it's important. If you don't take risk, you are nowhere. But don't take risk of going to kidnap people, going to steal. No, I didn't send you that. Take risk of something, anything that is not against the law of the land. You see that you can make it because the rest settled within you that you can do that. So trust your mind, and no one else can except you do that on your own. All right, having said this, we'll go straight to the discussion for today. There should and must be a mutual love between husband and wife for them to stick together and build a home. How to overcome toxic relationship is the topic for discussion today. Please, the guests will introduce after this short break. Don't go away. Vivid View.
Say and do it.
Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, the topic again is how to overcome toxic relationship. And with me in the studio is an academic. Let's make welcome Dr. Elizabeth Folakemi Ajayi.
Vivid View.
Say and do it.
Before discussion proper, please follow us on social media handles are displayed on the screen. Doctor, welcome today.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
So briefly give an introduction, definitions, and perspective of this subject matter.
As far as toxic relationship is concerned, when you fall short of your expectation, when the role that you are playing is bringing harm, hurting people, even at times ignorantly, you respond, your action, your reaction, and the way you do things, by the time you now go beyond immediate family, every other people you get in contact with.
All right, thank you so much. A lot of things happening in this special institution called marriage. What breeds toxic relationship among couples or friends by extension?
Toxic relationship between couple
is
when in a marriage you realize that the husband or your spouse is not doing what he is supposed to do. When you feel he should do A, he ends up doing maybe B, and you want to try to bring your opinion or your view on how it should be. You want A, but remember you are two different individuals from different background. So from the word toxic, it means while you are trying to build yourself, to know yourself more, it ends up most time in disappointment. It ends up most time in exchanging of words, disagreements. You don't always agree. Your own is always coming from that aspect of A, and the person is always on B. You are at two extreme end. That is toxic. If you, in most cases, you don't meet at the middle point. You don't know where to draw your line. And you find yourself being on the defensive side most time when it comes to what you feel or what your view should. So that, as far as marriage is concerned, toxicness part of it comes in when you don't even know where to draw the line. You are always on one side, the spouse is always on the other side, and then you find yourself most time on the defensive side.
And that one can also lead to violence, domestic violence, fighting here and there, breaking of heads and all that. When the relationship becomes really toxic. A relationship that you began in a very good atmosphere, husband and wife are just enjoying themselves, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, suddenly things just changed. And the expectation is no longer there. What you expect your husband to do is no longer doing. What you expect your wife to do is no longer doing. You're doing something else, excuses here and there. Why did you say, oh, you give an excuse? Why did you come home late? Oh, you give an excuse. Before you know it, start building up. That's how toxic relationship starts. Yes. But they started very good on a very good, foundation, a very good ground. And so that is what we're discussing now. And I remember that we said, how do we now overcome that in a relationship when it starts up? Well, even in relation, I said, by extension to friends. Good friends. They're not even husband and wife now, but they're just friends. They were doing well. Suddenly, something just happened. So what really happened? How are we going to overcome that? That's it. All right, so that will take me now to the next one. Say, are there some signs that a relationship is leading to toxic that one can watch out for? What are the implications eventually?
Definitely there will be signs. There will be signs that things are not going the way
it should, yeah.
If there is communication gap from the onset, if you talk well, you flow well, and you are careful enough, you are open enough to let the person you are dealing with know your own stand as far as some issues are concerned. And apart from communication gap, if you don't let the person know your stand or what you stand for, and the person is doing something wrong that you feel you don't flow with, and you don't communicate it on time for the person, even if you have communicated it, there could be instances where you've said it once, twice, and the person is not changing. You don't expect somebody to change outrightly. What you should do is, most time, you try to view it from your own perspective. Yeah. Am I the one that is not, let me use the word, not too friendly, not, because you could likely be the one on the other side, you may not know. So you try as much as possible in your own way to adjust a bit. But over time, if you realize that it is still leading to the same thing, then you need to watch out and then see what you can do.
One of the signs she mentioned is the communication. Another one is trust. When you start losing trust, on your partner. We're talking about husband and wife here, particularly. You come home and start giving excuses. Why are you late now? You don't keep late night before for a man, for instance, and suddenly start keeping late nights. It's obvious that something is going wrong somewhere. And then no more trust anymore. You don't trust, you don't communicate. Before you move out, once you pick your car key or whatever, you tell your wife, I'm going to so and so place. Now you can now pick your car key and zoom off. She doesn't even know you're whereabouts. These are part of the sign that the relationship is becoming toxic. Because those good things, relationship they enjoyed before, is no longer there. And so it is important that we know the commitment. Now, okay, look, this is what we're going to do in the house. The man is no longer showing interest, so that's your own business. If you can do that. Okay, drop money for so and so, since I don't have money. But you know as a wife that he has. So you know that these are signs of it. That this thing is no longer the way it used to be before. What is going on? And you, as a good wife, you should start thinking what is going on. And so those are some of the signs you will see. And the implication that if that is not properly handled at that moment, it can escalate, and then fighting and all some other things will start coming in. So this is very important. Why do people, especially ladies, remain in toxic relationship regardless of warnings and signs?
As far as individuals are concerned, it depends on how they view it and from the background they come from. When it comes to broken relationship, I feel that is still fair enough. But some still believe that they have invested so much in that relationship for them to and they feel they can...
Well, let's just take a walk.
They
would like
can
to remain.
continue to mend it. There could be probability that the person may change. But like I tell you earlier, it's not easy for
an adult to change. A character has already been built.
So
not easy.
what the lady may at a point in time try to adjust and see that maybe she's the one that will continue to. They may not work out because of investment of time and even far more than that at times. So they could decide to stay in, to maintain what they call love will still be very much there. And they feel that if there is love, every other obstacle, whatever may come up over time can still be overcome, which is true. But when we go back to the issue of what used to be sweet, no longer, and you said there could be lack of trust or whatever. If you are the type that maintain your integrity over time, there is no way that trust, even wherever the trust is missed, over time it can be built up again. Respect can as well be built up again, and then things can still. So some may decide not to walk away, majorly because they feel there will still be time and there could be still be adjustments and amendments, coping and bearing it all along.
That is true. There's actually many reasons why some of the ladies do not want to walk away. They have mentioned because of the time and they have invested in that relationship. Some because of children are already there. They would say, if I leave, who am I going to leave the children for? Some say because of church religion or whatever. And some say, what can people say that I have a failed marriage? So they want to start enduring. So there are some of the reasons. They just come from different aspects. But I want to say that, like you said earlier, it depends. Well, there are some people that actually wait. Some also want to wait. Maybe the man will change, or maybe the woman will change, because it's not one-sided now. It could be the woman that is also the one doing this. So maybe the woman will change, or maybe the man could change. Yes, sometimes it works like that. Sometimes it doesn't work. But I think I will advise that those who are involved to look at the level of this. The level of behavior of somebody you trusted before suddenly change. Look at it. Is it changing that is something you can actually amend? Because many have equally died in that. Why waiting for that will be changed? The dead body will now remove. You understand? So it's actually dicing. It's not. So you watch it. If you try to give your partner some time to see if it can change, and there's no changing. It's even increasing every day. The hatred, because when a relationship becomes toxic, hatred is already building up. His hatred is not becoming, the man doesn't even want to see you, or the woman don't have no single respect for you anymore, regard for you as a husband. He talks down on you and all the time. So watch it carefully. You better separate. I have seen where they separate people for 6 months, especially if you go to social welfare to report and all those things. 6 months, they really come to their senses. Both of them come to their senses. And when they come again now, they continue to flow well. Some they separate 6 months, they go and beg. After when they come together again, they manage to stay for 2-3 months. Something start happening again. So it is not really something that happened to A that happened to B. But at the same time, you that is involved, be very, very careful and watchful, so that it does not lead to taking one's life or even become harder than what we're experiencing now. We'll take a break now. Vivid View.
Say and do it.
Welcome back. We are still treating how to overcome toxic relationship. And this takes me now to this one I'm going to ask you now. Say, how can one body walk away or walk out of a toxic relationship and regain self-esteem? We just mentioned now, one of the reasons why I want to remain, because of my children, because of what people will say, because of this. But when now finally now get that boldness, how can one now get the boldness to move out?
That boldness to work out, nobody else will tell you. It's actually from you.
Your own decision.
Your own decision. It doesn't matter.
Because you are the one in it.
But just like you said, what will people say? But there are instances where it led to death.
Exactly. So many.
And once the person is gone, is gone. Even though the spouse involved might end up in prison or whatever. But at a point in time, whoever is gone is gone. So that boldness can and still maintain your self-esteem.
Esteem, yeah.
I wanted to say this earlier,
Okay.
that if you are channeling all you ever want to be in just one person, for instance, you are a wife, you feel somehow incomplete without your spouse. You are a mother, you feel somehow incomplete without your children. They are part and parcel of your life. But there will come a time when you will realize that individuals play their roles. Everybody around you too also play their role. So when it comes to that boldness, think of yourself first. I hope you understand that. Think of yourself first. Will I have my peace? Regardless of whatever anyone else say. When the chips are down, will these people still be there? You understand? So the boldness come in, and you also preoccupy yourself with some other things too that can as well raise your self-esteem.
Esteem.
For instance, the economy could be harsh. There could be some decision you want to take, some moves you want to make that debar you because you are still, maybe the man is the major financier, and you don't just want to venture out because you can be left stranded somewhere or whatever. Look for another means of livelihood. See how you can on your own stand on your own 2 feet. If what you stand to lose is maybe the financial support, the emotional support is obviously not coming, because with a toxic relationship, that means the support psychologically or whatever is not even there in the first place. But what could be keeping you there, maybe because there are children involved, like she said, and maybe because the financial support, all other support is still there. But if you can still get those support from somewhere else, please venture out and have your peace.
Like I always say here, we don't encourage divorce. No, God does not also in support of it. But that separation for 3 months, 6 months, if you go to report to social welfare, can help. In that period, people will now know, oh, this is where I'm headed. This is what I have left undone. This is what I supposed to have done that I didn't do. Both for the man and the woman, and they could come back together. Even also for the same sake of the children. That these children, if we separate, that these children will be the one to suffer it. In the school, they'll be ashamed that they are being raised off a single mother or single father and all those stuff. And so those are the things. And we also believe that there's no toxic that can actually be repaired. People can stay together without even entering into toxic relationship. If you can deal with yourself, if you believe in yourself, if you believe in your own mind, trust your mind, you can do without it. I'm committed to this marriage as a man. I'm committed to this marriage as a woman. Then you can do away with toxic relationship and continue to be. It's very even more disheartening to hear marriages that have done 40 years, 45 years of marriage, they are now separating. I begin to wonder, what has gone wrong? After 50 years of marriage, after 40 years of marriage, you're now separating your children, your wife, you already have grandchildren. I mean, he said because one of them, it was in one of the dailies now, that woman, the lady confessed that she had, she cheated the husband many years ago. And but now that she's growing old, she doesn't want to die.
With that guilt.
Exactly. And then Papa said, hey, for doing that and hiding for all these years, you can actually kill.
And Papa went for another.
You can imagine. But for me, for her to be the man, I will even, praise the woman for coming up with that boldness to even do that confession. So many things are happening, especially when you have been in a long relationship with that person. So let us, I think by the time we will come to the conclusion, we'll be able to know that we can do without these toxic relations and go ahead with life, because marriage is a beautiful thing, I must tell you. Genuinely now, how can one overcome toxic relationship? Genuinely.
Overcoming any issue or whatever it is that you are battling with, it starts from you. Just tell yourself whatever you should be at peace with, and then learn to live with it. For instance, you can genuinely overcome it if over time you don't look back on those other steps that you could have taken, all those alternative routes you could have gone. But whichever route you have already chosen, tell yourself that it is what you have decided to do, and be at peace with it. no matter what anyone else is saying. And there is no relationship that is not mendable. There could still be the instances where whoever you have written off, whoever you had felt that is not meeting up to what you feel your expectation is, may still come back. And so you should try to be flexible, not rigid and say, once I'm off, I'm off. To some extent, if there is still room for that person to improve, or if there could be some form of intervention from somewhere, maybe people that person can listen to. If you had tried all that and you feel that did not work, then you can at least stand on your own ground. I too don't encourage divorce. I don't encourage separation, because I believe by doing things together, you get to even know and bear each other more. But when it comes to something that could be so detrimental, separation, if at all it doesn't work, then you learn to stay. After 6 months or how many months involved, then you learn to try to live your life. This life is only one.
Just once.
Try to see how you can live and feel fulfilled with yourself. Mind you, there is this saying during my NYSC days, there was this saying that if as a single, you feel unfulfilled, who told you that by the time you are married, that all sorts of fulfillment or whatever will come from somebody? Learn, over time, you should learn how to make yourself, enjoy yourself, and then by the time you are in there and it is intoxicating, you will still learn how to maintain, even though you are still with the spouse. So it is a matter of time for you to have your own rest and be able to maintain it.
Thank you so much, madam, for your contribution. From me, how to genuinely, run away from this toxic relationship is, one, to tell God who instituted marriage. And how do you tell God who instituted marriage? By prayers.
Yeah.
Whether you're Muslim or you're Christian, everybody pray.
Praise, yeah.
Even those who say they are pagan, they still pray. Yeah. Traditional worshippers, they still do their own prayer. Yeah. So whichever angle you're coming in from, tell God who instituted marriage. Report it to God. This is somebody you have, been living with. What is going on? As a woman or as a man? Because this toxic relationship could come from either both sides. Yeah. That's number one. Then look inwards too. What could be the root cause of this? Why should my husband now suddenly change? What am I doing that before that I stop doing that will cause him now? He no longer comes home again. Before, if he goes to work, he would like to come home. Yeah. He closes 5. Now, if he closes for work now 9, 10, children have already gone to bed. Even me, I'll get tired of waiting before I come. What is that I'm doing? Am I no longer, for him? Or am I putting all my attention to my children? Because some women does that. Yeah. Once the children start coming in, the man there, now my children. And the women get jealous of that. You don't give them attention anymore. So you look inwards as a woman. Yeah. Is that what is happening? Look inwards as a man. Am I no longer there for this woman? Today you are in Germany, next tomorrow you are in Hong Kong. This one you are here. Yes, I make money now. The money is there now. What do you need? Do you lack anything? She lacks you. She needs you as a man. It's not money. Companionship should not be money. Yeah. It's also, look at inwards now. Is that why my wife is not changing, giving me now cold shoulder and all that stuff? So it is important that spouses look inwards to see where the problem is starting and genuinely amend. Confess to your one another. I'm sorry. Oh, this is, I think maybe because of me, I'm sorry. And you amend your ways. You can make it. That's why I say we can still stop this toxic relationship. We can't do it as husband and wife without entering it at all. You understand? Then they say with commitment. You commit yourself. If you're committed to your marriage, in commitment, there's forgiveness in commitment, there's care, there's love and all that. When you're committed to that marriage, you also find out that you can do away with toxic relationship. And so then build trust, respect, value each other. It's important. Whether you are the man bringing money to the house or the woman bringing money to the house, our money is our money. Yeah. The area where some women will say, my money is my money, but my husband's money is our money. I don't know where they get that kind of thing, but that is very wrong.